Hey, fourth graders, Mr. Bell here. All right, it's that time of year. Butts County Schools Christmas Card Contest. Now, this contest is open to every student in the county, K through 12. Anyone from any grade level can end up winning. We've had several winners at this school in the past. High school's had a winner, middle school's had a winner. Anyway, we do have to start this now because it takes a while to do the projects. Takes a really long time for the Arts Council to sort through hundreds and hundreds of entries and pick a winner. And then the printer has to have time to actually make the card. And they use the winner's design and make a real Christmas card out of it. And Butts County Schools sends that card to over 200 individuals and partners in education, like Zaxby's, Dawson Trails, Fire Department, places like that, the mayor. They all get a card. Anyway, if you're interested in this contest, when you're done with your project, it's a regular class project too, so still send a picture to me so I can see that you worked on it. And if you're interested in entering the contest, you'll have to come by the school and drop off your artwork at the front desk here at Jackson Elementary School so I can send it into the contest. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So this is the project you're going to do, and you are going to show tints and shades. So your moon up here, you add in white to make a tint, a little bit less white for less of a tint, more white for more of a tint. And the hue I used here is blue, of course. Add white to your hue and you get a tint, and that's the main hue right here. That's just regular old blue. And add a little bit of black and it makes a shade. And even more black makes a darker shade. Less black, a lighter, not as dark of a shade, and so forth and so on. So it's very much the same as the project you did last year in third grade, where you picked a hue, here's red and blue, and added white to make a tint of it, to lighten it up, added black to make a shade of that color. And that helps make things look more three-dimensional when you're doing an object anyway. Yours will be a little different because you're using the sky, but from light to dark, tints and shades. All right. Step one, get yourself a sheet of paper, fold it in half. That way, you can make a card out of it. If you end up not bringing it to the school for the contest, then, you have yourself a nice card to give to somebody. Make sure that it opens like this. There you go. Left side's folded, right side's open. And you want to get your moon first, and there's different things. You can freehand your moon to make a circle, or you can, trace a bottle cap. Depends on what size you want that moon to be. I think on this one I maybe used a marker. All right. Use that to trace. A dime would work, or a penny. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up here in the corner. You have to decide which corner you want to use. Left or right's fine, or maybe you want to put it in the middle. I like to go over to the side myself, over to the corner. And I'm not tracing this too dark. Kind of lightly. Here's my first circle. You're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 all together. So there's 1. And I think I used this cap to make that. I made this one last year, so I'm trying to remember. Yeah. And it might have been better if I had done this first, actually. So then I would know. I could have done the small circle next. So that would have been smarter. Okay, that's okay. If you do this first and then do this afterwards, it'll end up more in the middle. But I think that's fine. I lucked out, I guess. It ended up pretty much in the center. And we're ready to go to the next layer. And, you can use a lid. Here's a butter lid from a butter container. And so I can put that on there. Also, you know, I could have done this one first, then this one, and then this. That actually probably would have been a smarter idea, but you can also freehand all these. They don't have to be perfectly circular. You can just sort of guess where they're going to go. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now I need 2 more lines. So I'm going to come over here. Sort of. I think I'm going to have mine go off the side of the paper. It'll be a little bit different than that one. Well, maybe I will go this way. That's what the eraser is for. And you work on it till it looks right to you. Alright, once it looks good to you, then move on to the next one. I actually think that I will bring this up to here. That's why you want to draw lightly, so you can erase more easily. Okay. Last one, this section here. Sometimes I'll turn my paper kind of sideways. There we go. I like that. That looks good. Alright, so I'm just going to leave this part white. And you know, you can get a crayon and color in there, but it's already white, so it doesn't really. I usually do, because it's a different. The paper's a different white than the crayon, and you're going to be using crayon on the other parts, so I like to put some white in there. And then you need to pick a blue. Let's see, regular blue, cerulean, blue-green. Pick the one you want. I'm going to use cerulean. And you want to color lightly. Color lightly. Don't bear down hard. It's important that you don't push too hard at first, especially in this part here, because you're going to be adding white to it to make a tint. And the next section, same thing. I'm going to push a little bit harder for this one. So you have different values, lighter value. This one's going to be a little bit darker of a value of this blue. And the next section will be the 1, 2, 3, and even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've done this section, and this section. And the next one is my regular hue of the blue. And that one I'm just going to color more regularly. Not too lightly, not too hard. Just your true hue of the color. True hue, and that's going to go all the way around from this top all the way. And I'm just going to go down this way because I don't want to run out of time. And the next section will also be regular. So I only did kind of lightly in those two parts. These parts you're going to color regular. And at the bottom, this last part, you're going to color regular too, to get the true color. You don't want to press too hard, you don't want to press too lightly. So these sections will all be the same. All the way around. Be real careful around this part. Take your time. Don't ever do these projects as fast as I do them. I do have to worry about how much time I spend, or I'll run out of time for the video. Just keep on going. Now, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit and show you a couple things. So, in this part here, you want to push really hard with the white I'll go back to this later, but I'm starting to run out of time. I only get 15 minutes for each video, so I have to speed up a little bit. All right, and then this next section should be a little darker than this. It should be kind of a gradual. Now sometimes, looks like I didn't make the blue dark enough on this, but you can always go back and do the blue even on top of the white that you just put there, so it looks correct. You want this to be darker than that. Okay, there we go. That's better. You leave this part alone. And when you go to the next section here, you can add a little bit of black. A little bit. And the last section, you're going to, this last section, you're going to add a lot of black. You want it kind of gradual, from dark to medium to light black, and so forth and so on. Let me show you one that's finished. So we got running low on time. There you go. This section has the darkest black on top of the blue for the darkest shade. Not as dark for this section. That's your hue. This is just your blue. This is blue with white added. This was colored even lighter with the blue, and the white was added, so those are your tints. And that was just white. Tints, regular hue, shade, even more shade. Alright, the darkest shade, the lightest tint. Lightest tint, darkest shade. Not as light, not as dark. Regular hue. Then, get a sheet of black paper, or you could draw a tree. This is winter time, so it's a bare tree. Draw the tree on black paper or draw it on white. If you draw it on black, then you're going to get your scissors and cut that tree out. So you have a cutout of it. Put some glue on the back. Glue it down on your paper. And voila, you have this project finished. Or, if you drew it, you can color it. You can cut it. This is if you don't have black construction paper. And after you cut it out, alright, you will have the same thing. And you can glue it down. You could try to use your crayon and draw your tree on there and color it in, but that's going to get pretty messy. I would definitely draw it on paper and cut it. And if you have construction paper, that's even better, because it's even more of a silhouette. So you have your silhouette of your tree on there with your tints and shades, sky in the background from light to dark. Okay, all right, that's it. Make sure you bring it to the front desk of the school if you're interested in entering the contest. Otherwise, work on your project. Take a photo, send it to my email, upload it to Google Classroom. Have a good time with this. All right, y'all take care. Bye-bye.